It's Saturday night and I'm making some chicken wings. I am gonna mix a couple of recipes together that I've enjoyed mixing before. One of which is just the Kenji Lopez method of oven roasting chicken wings after drying them out in the refrigerator overnight. So these were dried overnight in the refrigerator, but also tossed with a teaspoon of baking powder for each pound of chicken. This is 3 pounds of chicken wings, and seasoned with salt at that time too. So you can see the baking powder on the skin here. What that does basically is make it easier to dry out and crisp up the skin, which is what everybody wants from their chicken wings. But instead of doing it like buffalo style or something else, what I'm going to do is toss these in a sauce that's from a Yotam Ottolenghi recipe that he published in the New York Times a couple of years ago, called, what is it? It's like sweet and spicy coriander ribs, I believe. It's a ribs recipe, and basically it's just a killer barbecue sauce made with pomegranate juice and ginger. And what's really rad about it is it has the spicy mango pickle. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this. This is like one of my favorite condiments. It is a green, like chunks of green pickle. I mean, chunks of green mango pickled with peppers, and it just has a really awesome puckery amchur type flavor, like that powder that's made with green mangoes. So yeah, we're gonna make that sauce, and I'm gonna start the sauce first. We might as well leave this out. We also got to get out some coriander. This recipe uses both coriander seeds and fresh coriander or cilantro, whatever you want to call it. So you know, if you're someone who dislikes cilantro, you're probably not gonna like this, but I'm a big fan. All right, we also need a jalapeno or green chili of some kind. I do have a jalapeno in here. And some ginger, which I have in here somewhere. There it is. This jalapeno has seen better days, but I'm not gonna toss it. It's still good. I'm gonna try to chop it up pretty tiny. No idea if this is actually a spicy one or not. It just sucks, honestly. It's not. There's no heat. It's like a green bell pepper. I think I have a serrano in here. All right, this is gonna be a bit hotter than the jalapeno would have been, but the jalapeno is just not gonna work. All right, and then we need a quarter of a cup of minced ginger. All right, and then 3/4 of a cup of chopped fresh cilantro. It calls for roughly chopped, but texturally, I don't really like big chunks of cooked cilantro floating around in the sauce, so I'm gonna chop it pretty finely. And then it calls for 1/3 of a cup of chopped hot mango pickle. I don't want to lose the sauce is the thing. That always bothers me. I'll probably try to just get the dry parts and then add a little sauce. You have to watch out with these pickles because sometimes there are like pieces of pit in them, and that's not fun. These pickles are just so sour and salty. I was like, I don't want this all over my cutting board, and then I just spread it across the entire damn thing. That's all right. And add a little bit of the saucy stuff. I'm gonna need a spoon. It's the doorbell. All right, I'm gonna get a little saucepan out. And pour a little bit of olive oil. This is what we're gonna cook the ginger and chilies in for a minute. All right, well, you're supposed to use some crushed coriander seeds in this, but this appears to be all that I have in the house. I can't find any more. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of powdered coriander instead. And I'm gonna put it in with the chilies and ginger, so maybe it'll toast it and make it a little bit stronger. There's also tomato paste. Called for a tablespoon and a half of coriander seeds, so I'm guessing about a tablespoon of ground coriander, maybe a little bit more just to make it nice and strong. And then 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. It's not quite enough, so I'm gonna open a new one. There we go. Just on like a nice medium-low heat. And then pomegranate juice. I assume that cranberry juice could probably do something very similar. You know, after all this cooking, I'm not sure I could identify pomegranate-ness. But 1.25 cups is what the recipe calls for, but I'm just gonna eyeball it. And 1/3 cup of packed light brown sugar. And the chopped fresh cilantro, coriander. Once I say coriander, I'm just screwed. I can never commit to just saying coriander. Like somehow it's okay to say coriander seed, but calling the fresh stuff coriander feels weird to me. And the 1/3 cup or so of chopped hot mango pickle. All right, so we're gonna let that cook down to a glaze. Wow, I got a really hot spot in the mango pickle. All right, but we've got the oven on, preheated to 450, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken wings in there. And we're gonna cook them on this side for about 20 minutes or so, and then turn them. I guess I'll set a timer. Then we'll turn them over and cook them until they're cooked through. All right, it's time to turn the chicken wings over. You can see the sauce has been simmering here and getting thicker. I think it's actually just about time to turn the heat off on that. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time because I want it to be nice and thick. Pop those back in. I'm gonna check on them in 15 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna make a little yogurt sort of raita or more like a dipping sauce, I guess, for the chicken wings. I'm gonna chop up some cucumbers and have some of them be in the yogurt, and then some of them just be sort of on the side. This is a really curly cucumber. I'm trying to get small pieces to go in the yogurt. All right, so for the cucumbers that are gonna go in the yogurt, I'm gonna salt them in the bowl here, and they're gonna weep some of that liquid, and the liquid will go into the yogurt because I'm gonna use really thick yogurt and make it a little bit more thin. And then I'm also gonna do some cucumbers on the side that are gonna be sort of quick pickled with some sugar and salt, and I'm gonna put a little bag of ice over them to make them really crisp and cold. Hi, baby. Hi. That's really sweet. B. Bzzz. B. I don't think you're old enough for a tiki drink. I don't think I'm old enough for a tiki drink. These things will knock you out. Oops. We're gonna put some crushed coriander seeds in the yogurt just to completely overdo coriander. But I'm gonna toast them first. And I'm tempted to use a immersion blender on this or something. I wonder if it's deep enough. There's only one way to find out.
See that fire? Uh-oh, are you okay?
Not really. Kind of. Sounds gross. It's kind of gloopy. I mean, that looks like sauce to me. I'm gonna give it a taste. You're asking to taste the sauce? I think it might not be your favorite. You want to taste it? It's spicy. Spicy sweet. Okay. I'm gonna season it a little bit.
Oh, that looks cool, Abe.
Guess I'll just use all the ones that I have left. Alright, get the yogurt out. See how much water they wept. We might need to add something else. You reading that book? Yeah. Add some lime juice.
The lime.
Salt.
Would you like an appetizer?
I'm gonna thin it out with a little bit of buttermilk.
Here's an appetizer.
Then we're gonna roughly chop some more coriander.
I don't think you watched that show in a few weeks. Oh, you watched every episode?
Not the new one.
Oh, okay. You watched all the classics?
Hmm.
Oh, really?
I think I'd like more lime.
That's it tonight.
Probably not. All right, that's good. In order for them to not dry out, you want to pull them out around 165, which this one is already, they're already well over that. So hopefully not dried out. Chop up some chives.
California? Cheers.
Cheers. What are we having?
We're in an Old Pal.
Looks nice.
Thank you.
That's good. You want to cheers me? You want to cheers me? Here you go. Drain these a bit. They're good. All right, a little bit of cilantro or coriander. And some chives. Ooh. All right, I gotta taste one for the video. Huh? Oh man, it's really good. Okay. Really, really awesome. All right, guys, let's eat. Okay.